thanks for joining me on D's Analysis. Today we're going to be looking at Microstrategy and looking at some indicators and see where price could possibly go. So we've been riding up this long-term trend line. As we stated previously, we still have this bull flag going for us. We respected this minor level of support, this horizontal level of support. We're holding up pretty well. We can expect a little bit of chop before we get some kind of decision. I think decision time is coming soon, but price has to make a move. Whether we push down, touch the support again, and fall to the bottom of this channel, retest and try and break through, or it's the same scenario with the chop, is chop, break above, retest, and move on out. Get to this midline and push higher, maybe get a retest off of it or bounce and continue pushing to the top of the channel. Once we get to the top of the channel, I could definitely see it being the end of the move. So hopefully we get up here in the 11, 1200, or maybe we break out of the channel for a little bit, which is very possible, and continue pushing just for a little bit. It all depends on how crazy the cycle gets with Bitcoin. In terms of the Bollinger Bands, we're looking good. We got to bounce off the green, pushing towards the blue, and we're heading to the next level of horizontal support and resistance. On the weekly, that bounce is perfect. We got 3 wicks off the bottom band, green band, which lines up with the long-term trend line. On the SMAs, on the weekly, we're bouncing off the same things that I just said, plus the 50 moving average, which is perfect. 50-week moving average, that's a strong level of support underneath this. On the daily, we got to bounce off the 200 day, which is a strong level, pushing towards the 50. We can crack these 2 levels with this trend line, and we're going to be free, and we'll probably get a strong move up after that. In terms of volume, we've kind of been dying out a little bit, so we need to see that ramp back up and continue this uptrend we've been seeing. We're going to move over to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's looking good. We had this close right here, which made me feel a little bullish on it, at least short term, because we closed back into this support or resistance zone. We got a wick off. We closed a little bit higher. We pushed back down, but now it looks like we're cleaning that move up, and this should be a wick on the weekly. So now we just have to break above this 84.3 region right here and push above these wicks, and maybe we could get a clean move. When you look to the left, there's not much traffic here. You got clean candles all the way up. So maybe we get a quick move back to the 90s. We'll see how it plays out, of course. We need momentum and bullish sentiment around Bitcoin. On the weekly, we got a nice wick off the 382, which is a bullish sign. When you bounce off these Fibonacci levels, this pretty much says that the trend is still intact and we're still pushing in that direction. So this is still pushing in that bullish direction right here. We've touched it twice. We've had one, we shot straight off of it, and then we have this move that we're moving a little bit slower off of it. And we're gonna take a look at Bitcoin a little bit further. So when we pulled this fib all the way up to here, you can see we had this bounce. We're getting a bounce off the 382, right? Now, if we were to pull the fib from here, like looking in retrospect of March 2024, if you pulled it to this top, let's say you're still in this downtrend and you're looking for that next bounce, you can see it bounce off the 382, just how we're doing right now, and then it shot up. So what if we're doing the same thing where we're touching the 382 now, and then we're shooting back up? And on this last move, you pull to the 382, which also coincided with the last local high right here. This pullback to the 382 lined up with the old high right here. And that's exactly what's happening right now. This pullback to the 382 is lining up with this old high right here. So what if the next move looks just like this? We had this sideways downward consolidation, just how we're having here. And let's see if the next move pushes us higher. And we're going to try and make some connections over here to see where price could possibly take us. So we pulled a fib from here to here at the bottom, so cycle low. You can see the 2618, it wasn't exact, but it was close to calling the top. It was saying the top would be around 55,000. The first top was around 60,000 to about 64,000, and then the second one ended up pushing up to that 69. But this gave you a good idea of where price could be. You know, whether it's 52 to 55,000, you know that you're getting close to the top because you're running up to that 2618. So we're going to pull it again, and we're going to recreate the same exact thing here. We're going to go to the cycle bottom, and we're going to pull that out and see where we land at. Maybe the 2618, maybe we push around this region to a 175, 180, 175 to 180. What if we're in that area? Maybe even up to 200K. It doesn't have to be exact, but this is just a guideline to help ground you and have an idea of what could happen. What if this top now would line up in this region of 170 to 180, maybe even a little lower, 165. And if we were to shoot up to this point. From price right now, we're at 83.4. If we were to push up to 170, let's say, that's a 104% move. And with MicroStrategy and how it multiplies, I'm going to multiply it by 3 just to give a rough estimate, because it's not going to be exactly what the MNAV says. It's probably going to be a little bit more. So 104 times 3, we're going to be sitting at 312. So we'll take 312 and add it to what we have right now. And that would put us a 312% gain, would put us around 1125. So it's still in that ballpark of what we said, 1,000 to 1,200, where we line up these flagpoles. It's funny how we do these things where they're completely separate from each other, but somehow we keep getting this $1,000 to $1,200 mark. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but maybe this is where we're landing. It lines up with the flagpoles, it lines up with the fibs, it lines up with the top of the channel. There's a lot of things that are pointing in this exact price range of 1,000 to 1,200. So let's see if we get it. That's all I have for you guys. I'll see you in the next one.